Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Neo. Today's video, I am working on my right hand using my left non-dominant hand. So the hand that I just showed you with that nude matte set, I do have a video for that. I will link it in the cards and or down below so you can check that out. And I'm just getting started. I have had the Apres Gel X tips on for about a month and a half. I had an injury. I broke my pointer fingernail completely in half, like snapped in half. It was so crazy. I was playing tennis and it just, I don't know, it was bad. So I put that Apres tip on just to keep the nail stabilized because it was just so painful. You guys know what that's like when you snap a nail while you have an extension on. But I finally soaked those off and was like, all right, I'm ready for some acrylic again. So my poor pointer finger. I'm starting off by pushing my cuticles back. I do have very thick cuticle growth that comes in very quickly. Often my cuticle area of the skin is very rough and thick, so that's something that I just get a lot of dead skin there. It's a lot of growth. So I went in with a cuticle pusher. Now I'm using a cuticle bit to kind of scrape that up. And then I am going in with a fine sanding band just to smooth out the surface of the nail, to remove the shine, and to get up any leftover cuticle that might be on the nail plate. I have got my favorite one-step coffin tips from the two guys ready to go. I'm going to size these tips to my fingers. I find that the fingers on my right hand are slightly larger than the fingers on my left hand, and I think that's just attributed to the fact that I'm right-handed, so maybe the muscles in that hand are a little bit bigger just because I'm using that hand all the time. So usually I'm always kind of one size tip bigger on my right hand than I am on my left hand. I don't know if you noticed that, let me know. And after going in with my tip cutter and cutting the nails down, I am just using a fine sanding band to smooth the transition from the tip to my natural nail plate so that we don't have that weird smile line. I actually intended for these nails to be a little bit longer than the ones on my left hand, but they ended up being exactly the same length, which is kind of funny. But it worked out, I guess, you know, for me. But yeah, I'm just using that sanding band to blend the tip into the natural nail. Then I'm going to go in and file just lightly using a 100-180 just to make sure that the sidewalls are trimmed and that I have maintained the shape that I'm looking for. So these are the colors that I had in mind, and I'm just going to show you a little bit what I'm using. All of these colors are from my most recent haul. I will link that somewhere for you, whether it's in the cards or whoops. So that was annoying. Yeah, so this is Girlfriend from Sugar and Cream. This actually wasn't in a recent haul. It was a color that I already had from Sugar and Cream. I love it. It's a neon hot pink. It is not a glow color. Then I'm going to be using Purplicious from the Red Acrylics. This was in my recent haul, and it is a glow color. It glows bright purple. I wouldn't say it's a really bright purple. I would say it's more of like a UV purple blue kind of color. I find that the Red Acrylics glow in the dark colors that I used this time didn't glow as much as the previous set that I had on. But that's just, you know, something small. It wasn't a big deal. I'm prepping my nails using my Mia Secret dehydrator primer and then a thin coat of the Young Nails Protein Bond. I always do that. It works for me. I don't get any lifting. I use it on all my clients. Most of them don't get lifting. So that's a system that works for me. I feel like if you find something that works for you, then you should do that. So I realized very quickly that I would be using my left hand, and it wouldn't make sense to have the products on the right side of the table because I would have to cross over my body to dip into the product. So I just have to move everything to the left side. And yeah, so you're watching me use my left hand. It was really, really difficult. Normally, I just felt like maybe it's because I hadn't done acrylic with my left hand in such a while. It'd been like almost 2 months. It just felt so hard. Like I felt like I was flooding my cuticles every time. I didn't know how to hold the brush. I didn't know how to dip into the powder. Like my pressure was too high or too low. It was just really difficult. So watching this back, it looks kind of smooth, but I was stressed, guys. Like this set took so long. I was so freaking stressed. But I'm just going in, not with my Young Nails Core Clear. I'm actually using the Sugar and Cream Crystal Clear to give myself a clear base. And that came out pretty good, but I did like really OD flood my cuticle on the thumb. Like, I don't know what happened, but so far so good. Now we're gonna go in with the design. So this middle finger is going to be a clear glass nail. So I'm just gonna build up the strength of this nail using that crystal clear as best as I can with my left hand. Just remember that I'm not left-handed, so I'm doing my best. I find that it's just really rough for me to just use my left hand in general, but I was trying to focus on making sure to keep my right hand with my fingers down just so that gravity would help. As you can see, I've got a lot of acrylic on the side area of my nails. If I keep my hand kind of like level to the table, the acrylic was just backflowing into my skin. So just making sure to keep my fingers facing down so that gravity kind of helps me out definitely helped, but it's just not natural. I'm not ambidextrous. I did my best working on this left hand, but it really felt so foreign to me. So I think I'm just gonna have to keep practicing with my left hand just so that it feels a little bit more natural. So for this finger, I'm going in and I'm gonna be doing some ombreing. Basically all the nails except for that clear nail is gonna be ombreed. I'm using that Purplicious color on the ends of my nail. And I feel like this color has a lot of glow-in-the-dark pigment in it and less acrylic powder because it marbled a lot working with it. You can't tell in the long run, but it is kind of patchy, and the pigment is not evenly distributed throughout the entire product. So like sometimes I was using it and it would go on really thick, but as you continue to pat the product down, it would get very, very sheer. Like you would see the separation from the glow-in-the-dark pigment and the, I guess, base acrylic that was in there. So that was a little bit interesting, and I felt like I had to add multiple layers of that purple to get it to be like a solid color. This pink was not very fun to ombre with. It was setting fairly quickly, but the color is like super pigmented, so I wasn't getting a nice smooth ombre. So I am gonna go back and forth with the pink and the purple to make it just a better blend. I'm just giving myself grace with this set because I am not left-handed. I was being very ambitious to even go for these kinds of colors. These are not colors that I would normally gravitate towards to anyway, but I figured let's try something wild. just for the channel, for myself, and for prospective clients out there. There might be someone who really enjoys this kind of look. So just to show that I can, and just to try. It's fun, it's nails, I can always remove it, and it's not, you know, personal or anything like that. And the colors are pretty. It's a lot. It's loud, y'all. This set is loud. So I'm going in on the thumb, and we are going to be doing a 3-color ombre on the thumb. On the pointer I only did 2. I did the Purplicious and the Girlfriend Hot Pink color. On the thumb I am starting off with that purple on the tip. I'm going to go in with the Girlfriend Neon Pink in the middle, and on the around the cuticle area I'm going to go in with Creme Brulee, which is a color that I got in my most recent Sugar and Cream haul, and it is a nice natural kind of light brown nudie nail plate color. I say that so much, nail plate color. But it is a glow in the dark as well. So this set is glowing. The purple glows and the nude glows. The pink doesn't, unfortunately. But yeah, we definitely got some cool glow in the dark action happening here. So here's what my set is looking like before clear capping. I think, you know, for working with my non-dominant hand, it's not too bad. I can definitely see how I would be able to make it better if I was using my right hand, but I'm really proud of myself, and I'm going in with my crystal clear now, and I'm one balling this pinky. It isn't as nice as it would be with the right hand, obviously, but I feel like I did a really good job considering I was so uncomfortable working with my left hand. Yeah, I just did my best, so hopefully you can appreciate that and just enjoy the set as it, you know, comes into fruition. But yeah, I'm just gonna clear cap all of the nails. So after allowing the clear cap layer to set, to polymerize and get hard, I am going in with an 80/80 file. So I made sure to get the 80 out because I knew that it was going to be really rough and that I might have had a lot of product buildup on the sides of my nails, and it was maybe a little bit chunky. Just because I'm working with my left hand, I don't have the same touch or feel for the brush and the product that I would if I was using my dominant hand. So I was ready to file. Like, I was prepared to, like, you know, get the file out and do some serious filage. But surprisingly, it wasn't that bad. I was really kind of proud of myself. I did get a lot of product in the cuticle area, so I did use my brush, I said my brush. I did use my file around the skin to kind of flake away excess product that have backflowed. And I'm using my Young Nails dust collector. I really like this dust collector. I said it in a previous video that I don't think that the suction is as strong as I would like it to be, but I feel like it does a really good job. I love that it's so low profile, like on the table. It is lightweight and it's really easy to clean. I feel like I can get it very clean, and I love that you can rinse the filter, which is really great. So I'm really loving the dust collector, and it helps, especially in situations where you know you got a lot of filing like this one. So yeah, I'm just using that 80/80 hand file to crispen up the shape, to debulk a little bit. I'm going to be brushing the top, I keep saying brushing, filing the top of the nails just to get like a preliminary smoothness down. Filing your own hands is hard. You kind of have to support your own nails, and I'm lucky because these aren't even very long. The longer they are, the more support. You gotta like squeeze your fingers into these weird positions, throwing up gang signs just to file your nails, but you know, you do what you can. So I'm just smoothing out the length of the nail. I was really impressed with my application, except for like the cuticle area because it was rough, y'all. But yeah, they came out not too bad considering I'm using my non-dominant hand. and here are my dusties. The shape is looking good, and they look pretty good, right? I mean, the ombre definitely could be better, but there's always room for improvement, and I'm proud. So I'm going in with my 5-in-1 carbide bit. This is in the fine grit, and I am, as you can see, I'm pushing my skin away. I definitely got a lot of acrylic on that thumb and the cuticle area. I was like, oh my goodness, this is insane. But I'm using this bit, which is a safety, to get all the way in there and just flake away any excess product so that I don't get a surface breakdown and get a ton of lifting like right away, because that's what will happen. Water will be able to get under that acrylic, and then your product, your surface will just start breaking down. So you want to just make sure to clean that cuticle to have a good separation of product and skin. So I'm doing that, and I'm also debulking where I need to, pushing my apex in the middle of my nail towards the free edge versus towards the cuticle area. Just pretty much everything that I would do normally. It is a little bit weird because I am not used to using my E-file in my left hand. Funnily enough, I do have the option to switch it to the backwards rotation, but I actually prefer it in the forward rotation and just using my left hand in the opposite direction, if that makes sense, instead of using it from right to left with the E-file backwards, like if you were left-handed. I'm using it in the same right to left direction with the E-file forward. It just, I don't know, it just made more sense and it felt more natural to me that way. But if you do have an E-file, most of them do come with that backwards option so that you can just flip it from forward rotation to backwards rotation, and then go from left to right versus right to left, like if you were left-handed. But yeah, I'm just using that Young Nails dust collector. It's doing a good job at eating up all that product that I'm filing away, and I'm just smoothing out the surface of the nail. And guys, I am so proud of this. It looks so good. You don't even understand how stressed I was. Snap for magic. And this is it, nice and clean. The colors are bright, guys. Like, I would never ever choose to wear something like this. I'm just a little bit more reserved. I think you can tell with the sets that I do on myself. They're pretty much all the same, just nude, matte occasionally, and soft. I'm not a bright colored girl, so this is definitely out of my comfort zone, but I had fun with it. So the idea was to just do bling on this clear finger. I got my bling containers out, my Swarovski, my rhinestones, everything. Like, I had everything on the table. I'm going in with the Two Guys No Wipe Bling Top Gel. It's such a mouthful to say all the time. And I'm actually going glossy on the set. Since my other hand is matte and simple, I was like, let's go glossy, let's go shiny. So I'm adding that bling gel and then a layer of the clear No Wipe Top coat from iGel Beauty, I think. And I'm just floating that over that bling gel just to smooth it out. It's gonna clean my sidewalls, and then I'm just gonna start applying bling. So I'm adding some bling that I got from AliExpress, from Swarovski, pretty much everywhere. The idea was just to have bling on this finger. That did not happen. I ended up adding bling to every finger because I just couldn't stop. I was like, oh, this is really pretty. So this is not a flat back rhinestone. It's one of those rhinestones that are not flat, which is why I placed that gold ring on the outside. I just wanted it to have something to kind of sit in so that it wasn't tilted to one side or another. And I'm just going to build up a rhinestone pattern on each of the fingers. There's not much to say about it. Yeah, as you can see, I actually added more gel to that area just because it just didn't, I wanted it to sit kind of facing upright and not leaning to either side. But yeah, I'm just going to be building up rhinestone patterns on each of the nails using gold, you know, charms, different colored rhinestones, hot pink, a little bit of a rosy purple, deep purples, crystal A beads. I'm using gold and rose gold caviar beads, just having a lot of fun with the design. And yeah, you'll get it. Nothing crazy. And as you can see, the bling work is not stopping. So like, I really didn't intend to add bling to all of these fingers, but I just couldn't stop at this point. It was just too pretty. I just felt like, let's go crazy. The colors were loud. The bling is just really pretty. These neon pink rhinestones from Swarovski are really great and gorgeous. The gold charms kind of fit. Yeah, this set just kind of got away from me, but I was having a blast doing it, and I think it came out great. So after adding this last stone to the thumb, this is what the set looks like glowing in the dark right out of the UV lamp. You see that purplicious glows more of like a UV blue. Here's it in the actual dark. So it's not as bright as I thought it would be, but it came out really good. I'm so happy that I was able to just get into the practice of using my non-dominant hand. It's really difficult, as I'm sure you know, but I think I did a good job. This is the picture of the set. I have an action shot for you. I really hope you like this video. Like if you do, subscribe for more. I've got so much more coming out for you. Thanks for watching. Bye.